The year is 265 BCE, and the Roman Republic has accomplished the impossible. For the first time in history, the Italian peninsula is united under the rule of one master. Rome has spent decades in an almost never-ending slog for dominance against Italian hill tribes, Etruscan hoplite formations, Gallic infantry charges, and an invasion from a powerful Hellenistic kingdom. Every challenger was eventually overcome by Roman manpower, organization, and an almost idiotic unwillingness to accept anything less than victory. For now, Rome may seem to be secure, but looks can be deceiving. Rome is surrounded by opportunistic geopolitical rivals. To the south, the economic juggernaut of Carthage is threatening to swallow all of Sicily. If this happens, Rome will be exposed on its southern and western shores by Carthage. To the east are the premier military powers of the age, the Hellenistic kingdoms. Though they are locked in an almost constant struggle with each other, history has proven that these powers, when secure, are willing to spread their power and influence into the Italian countryside. If any of these external powers weaken Rome, Rome's subject Italian population may see an opportunity to break away from Rome, tearing Rome from the inside out. However, Rome is no pushover. The geopolitical advantages that led them to dominate the Italian peninsula may suit them well in the zero-sum game of power politics in the Iron Age Mediterranean basin. Hello, and you're watching Geopop History. If geopolitics and history interest you, feel free to subscribe to this channel for updates on our latest videos, and if you liked what you saw, please support this channel by hitting the like button. Thank you. But without further ado, let's get back to Rome in 265 BCE. To the east of Rome's borders lies the Adriatic Sea, which provides a geopolitical barrier to the Hellenistic kingdoms of Macedon and Epirus. But Rome should by no means feel safe with just a shallow sea between them and these kingdoms. Macedon especially is a military juggernaut who less than 60 years ago completed one of the most impressive military campaigns in human history by conquering an empire spreading from Greece to the Indian subcontinent. You might have heard of the king at that time, Alexander the Great. Though Epirus may be smaller, they shouldn't be taken lightly either. Less than 15 years ago, they pushed into Italy and came within 60 miles of the city of Rome itself. The key to these kingdoms' success is their massive advantage in their military formation known as a Macedonian phalanx. Like the traditional Greek phalanx, the Macedonian phalanx is composed of a long, solid line of infantry in a deep formation of 10 to 15 men, locking their shields together, lowering their spears, and driving forward, becoming an unstoppable wall of armor and metal spikes. But unlike a traditional Greek phalanx, Macedonian phalanxes have a much longer spear, giving their infantry a 20-foot reach. A soldier unfortunate enough to face this formation will have to fight through layer after layer of spear tips before getting even close enough to strike at his enemy. And this is the exact position the Roman soldiers found themselves in during the invasion of Italy by Epirus, and to the surprise of the entire civilized world, Rome was able to hold their own. Like the Macedonians, Rome too moved away from the Greek-style phalanx and developed a new military formation known as the manipular system. Their frontline soldiers ditched the large circular hoplite shields and long spears for large rounded square shields and a short stabbing sword. And instead of approaching an enemy line in a solid line, the Roman grouped their infantry into large rectangular formations of 120 men each, and moved them up in a checkerboard pattern, only to form a solid line just before engaging the enemy. This formation is adapted for fighting on the hilly landscapes in Italy, and is the only formation that is known to be able to hold up against a hoplite army in the open field. If a Roman commander is savvy enough, he will avoid a fair fight and draw the Hellenistic enemy off the flatlands and into the hills, where the fight will favor the flexible formations of the Romans. Even though Rome can take on a Macedonian-style phalanx in the open field, it is best not to let it come to that, at least for now. To prevent a premature conflict, Rome must take steps to bog down and weaken the kingdom of Macedon, who is by far their biggest threat to the east. Right now, Macedon is preoccupied in trying to conquer Greek city-states to their south. If this happens, Macedon will secure their southern flank and will be able to expand their power outwards. Last time Macedon secured these city-states, it was able to expand eastwards all the way to India. Rome doesn't want to take the chance on a Macedonian king looking west instead of east this time. The Greek city-states have realized they would fall one by one to the powerful Hellenistic kingdom to their north, unless they formed together in military coalitions to put up a joint resistance. Roman strategy towards the Macedonians should be to bog them down in a quagmire in southern Greece by supporting these coalitions with monies to buy mercenaries. By doing this, Rome may be able to keep their eastern border secure. Running along Rome's southern and western flank is the Republic of Carthage. Carthage has dominated the western Mediterranean for almost 300 years at this point. It has set up a vast tributary empire along the North African coast, southern Spain, and the large islands within the western Mediterranean. By controlling the trade routes and collecting tribute from their subjects, Carthage is able to fund large mercenary armies and the most powerful navy in the Mediterranean world. This navy gives Carthage the ability to strike out against their rivals, almost ensuring that all the fighting will be done on foreign territory and not their own. This is a terrifying prospect for Rome, who doesn't even have a single ship. If a fight ever happened with Carthage, Rome would be fighting a foe that could supply their armies and put them wherever they wanted, including the Italian peninsula. But for now, Rome and Carthage have a good relationship, but this is very unlikely to last, since Roman expansion has created a flashpoint. And that flashpoint is the island of Sicily. Sicily is a large island with some of the richest farmland in the western Mediterranean, as well as having every trade route between the eastern and western Mediterranean running through the gaps between Sicily and the other landmasses. Needless to say, Sicily is a very attractive piece of real estate for a growing power. Carthage, recognizing this long ago, has been fighting for control of Sicily for over the past 200 years with a powerful Greek city-state known as Syracuse, and lately has been making many gains at Syracuse's expense. If Carthage is able to take Sicily and add it to their empire, it'll make an excellent springboard to spread their influence into the southern Italian peninsula. If Rome wants to prevent this from happening, they'll have to fight for control of Sicily, which will be difficult since the corner of Sicily facing Italy is mountainous, making it hard to supply armies with overland supply routes. Rome could try to sail these supplies along the coast, but Carthage's powerful navy can easily prevent this from happening. One strategy Rome could use to avoid this problem is to play the long-standing rivals of Syracuse and Carthage against each other. If the Syracusans can see within their interest to support Rome, then Rome would have a friendly power on the island that could supply them. But either way, taking Sicily is still going to be a daunting task, and only time will tell if it can be accomplished at all. Rome may have a lot of geopolitical problems to overcome, but they also have a lot of tools in dealing with them, one of them being their enormous manpower pool. Rome can call upon 700,000 men to fight. This fact alone is likely to intimidate the Syracusans into siding with the Romans, wanting to be on the side with the ability to churn out huge, well-trained armies year after year that are led by a government with a reputation to never accept anything less than victory is a very wise move. Rome also has an intangible working in their favor, and that is their adaptability. This adaptability was on full display less than 60 years ago when Rome created a superior fighting style to the phalanx because it was unsuited to mountain warfare. This 1-2 punch of manpower and adaptability has got Rome to the edge of greatness, but only time will tell if Rome will be succumbed by the powerful rivals that surround it or rise above them.